This is beginner level reporting training. To access reports in Campus View, up at the top you see a tab called Reports. Click on Reports. In the drop-down menu you see the different areas where you can run a report, whether it's admissions, financial aid, student accounts, academic records, etc. Today, for our example, we're going to use academic records. Click Master Student Listing Detail. When the report loads, you see options for campus, campus groups. If you choose just one singular campus, you would use this tab here that says Campuses. To move a campus from the selection side to the selected side, which will show up in your report, you highlight the campus you wish to choose, and you use the double arrows that point to the right. This will move the campus to the selected campus area. If you wish to have multiple campuses or all campuses, you can select the campus groups. This will select all campuses. The next option you have is the Selection tab. The Selection tab is basically the criteria in which you are going to run your report. For this example, we are going to choose program versions. If you do not know the name of the program version, you can switch to code. Some people choose the code because it's easier for them to select. I'm going to go back to description and choose Bachelor of Applied Science. In this example, you're unable to see the entire name of the Bachelor of Applied Science. Hovering over it will show it to you. Or up at the top, you can select the double arrows and it will expand this selection. Over on this side of the screen are additional search criteria. The only search criteria that is required are any criteria that have this green box. In this case, the only required area is the birth month. The rest of these selections are optional. Also, up here at the top of the screen, you see a sort variable. This is how the sort of the end product, the end file that you export, will look like. Currently, the select order that is selected is by campus, then student name. As with the other selections, to remove or add, you highlight and move based on the double arrow to the right. If I'd like to remove this selection, again, highlight and the double arrows that are pointing to the left. Also, I'm going to go back over here and select a school status to run this report. This one I just would like to see all of our active students. Once I have selected everything that I wish to select to see on the report, you come to the bottom and hit Preview. This greater than 2-year period box will pop up since there are no dates of the date range on this screen. You just hit Yes and you continue on. Here is the report that is produced from the selection criteria you have chosen. Up at the top of this report are all of the selections that showed on the right-hand side of the previous page. Where you chose the school status as active, the program version as CPS Atlanta Center, and we sorted by campus and student. This report is very difficult to read since it has so many other options and selection criteria. If you find a report that does this, all reports can be exported to Excel. Up at the top you see Report, Mail Merge, and Excel. Click on Excel and export to Excel. Once the report is exported, you have multiple columns: student name, last name, first name, etc. There is more data on the Excel spreadsheet than on the report that is printed directly from Campus View. The Excel spreadsheet will show additional fields that you do not see on the original report. As you scroll over, you can see additional fields such as the directory, campus ID, start date, grad date, etc. This is very useful if you need to sort or filter for a specific program, person, etc. If you have a large report. Okay, we're going to close out of this and go back to the Master Student Listing Detail Report. Once you decide that this report is exactly the way you want it, you can save your selection criteria. And to do this, back on the page where you are creating the report, up at the top you see Report Preference. Here, under the Report Preference name, you are going to put a name that means something to you that's pertinent to the information you are getting from this report. Once you type in the name, you hit Save. This will save your selection criteria so that the next time you need to run the Master Student Listing Detail Report, you can come in to this screen and hit the drop-down box and the reports will show up. This is an old report that I have done. This is a current report that I have just created. And once you decide which report you want, you hit Load. It will load all of your preferences and your selection criteria. At this point, the only thing you need to do additional is hit Preview, and the report will run with the current data that is in the system as of the date and time you run this report. Also, to summarize and to finalize this training session, again, reports up at the top, drop-down menu has different selections. And one thing I'd like to point out to you is that the reports that you see on this scroll down bar will be based on the access and the security that you have been granted in Campus View. If at any point you need additional options, please contact the help desk.